This is Celeste of Astrology by Celeste. Yes, it is. I'm here for a special report. My phone is blowing up. My DMs are blowing up. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes. Hey, Dabney. I'm so looking forward to our conversation. And Kaza Cuckoo and Sure Please and everyone. Okay. So I just wanted to come on. I know, let me light my candles. I am going to light my tarot trio from the Birth Date Company. I'm going to light the present candle. Helping us to stay present. I think it's so important that we, we're in a very Uranian time, that there are going to continue to be a lot of chaotic energy, where Uranus is the planet of unexpected events. In outer space, Uranus spins backwards and on its side. So it's really destabilizing. It's different than the rest of the energies that go, the normal way or whatever. So we have to keep this in mind, that this is the time we are in. And what can we do to calm our nervous systems? Take a deep breath. Ooh. And I lit the future candle too. I love these candles. They smell so good. Okay, so I just wanted to come on and talk about the astrology of the event of Joe Biden dropping out of the presidential race. It is not unexpected, it's not unexpected. And this is part of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, which was the big transit of 2024. We're in 2024. Uranus rules elections. And you can think about it like in modern astrology, Uranus rules Aquarius. Aquarius is the sign of the future. And when people go to vote, they're voting because they want something in the future. And most of the time they want some kind of change. Uranus is a change maker. It awakens us. And today, with this full moon at 29 degrees of Capricorn, the last degree of Capricorn. Capricorn is a sign of governments, big business, the elderly, and 29 degrees is the last degree of each sign, a degree of crisis and decay. And it's conjunct, the full moon was conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. And you can think about the imagery of this last quarter moon at this degree of crisis and decay. The old guard is breaking down. The old structures are breaking down. The United States is in our Pluto return. Pluto burns things down to the studs in order to be rebuilt. It unearths the rot so that we can see it and address it if we so choose, or we can pretend and we can ignore it. I got a lot of guff for talking about the fact that the debate was a disaster. It was a disaster. And it was the turning point of this election season. And this is what, Uranus does. There's like something that happens and boom, there's a change. Things are flipped on their heads and you can't go back to the way, you can't go back to the way they were exactly. Something is different. And what else did I want to say about that? Oh, I already lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about the full moon at 29 Capricorn conjunct Pluto at 0 degrees of Aquarius. So this breaking down of the old ways of being. Pluto in Aquarius can be power to the people. Pluto rules power. It's all about power dynamics. And Aquarius is the collective. It's large groups of people. Pluto has a mass influence. And you can think, the fact Joe Biden stepping down from this election, it's not just America. It's the whole world is impacted by this. But we have this Plutonic energy available to us. And now Joe Biden has endorsed Kamala, who really feels more like, younger, more like the future and all of this kind of stuff. But Pluto's going to go back into Capricorn for the election. Spoiler alert, I really think Kamala can win this election. It is possible. Yes, it is. Her progressed moon on election day is going to be at 14 degrees of Cancer. And that is the degree of Sirius, the shining, the brightest star in the brightest star besides the sun is also conjunct the sun of the United States of America. So, and Cancer, the moon is at home in Cancer. So I really think she can win this election. Yes, I do. Okay, let me go back. And she's a Gemini rising, and Jupiter is going to be, Jupiter's heading for her ascendant. Before election day, it stops, but it's in orb of her ascendant. It's going to go retrograde at either 20 or 21 Gemini, and her ascendant's 24 Gemini. So that's really close. So I feel like Jupiter, which rules success, is on her ascendant on election day. Now it's in Donald Trump's 10th house. So there's that. But I really think there's the potential that she could win. And she has her North Node on her ascendant. So there's something very karmic about her life and what she's here to do and all of this sort of thing. Okay, let me read the comments before I finish. Keep going. Yeah, I called it too. Yeah, I thought, I was thinking first the Mars-Uranus conjunction, but then it makes sense because Mercury communicates the decision. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Black and Divine. So nice to see you. Hi, Patty. Hi, everyone. Let's see. Hi, North Summer. Oh, so nice to see you. Yes. I had the most amazing time on Friday night at One Market in San Francisco. If you are ever in San Francisco, you have to check out One Market. And this amazing, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed, North Somalia. Is it Tanya? I think your first name is Tanya. She's a sommelier, a black sommelier, African American, who is a star in the wine world. And she brought us the most amazing champagne. Oh my God, we had such a good time. Anyway, yes, Biden stepped down on a full moon in Capricorn at 29 degrees of Capricorn, that last degree and it's the full moon. It's conjunct Pluto, power dynamics. Mercury is square Uranus on Algol. Uranus flips things up, turns them upside down, and drops them, and you're in a different place. Algol is the beheading star, and I've talked about how the Mars-Uranus conjunction was opposite Biden's Sun-Venus conjunction in Scorpio. Venus rules allies, and it was in his 6th house. And so the 6th house is a house of employees. It's also bad fortune, bad health, oppositions come in from other people. He got all this Mars, like energy, attacking energy to step down. Yeah, so you can see it all astrologically. Okay. Anaretic degrees. Yes. Pluto, this transformation. Yes, Jess. Uranus is a shit disturber. It's the dust devil. It really spurs things up. Oh, good, Wendy Gal. Yeah, I feel like I needed to come on to do, if anything, help people understand the timing we're in. Yes, we're stressed. The Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, I started talking about that. Uranus rules elections and it reverses things. Jupiter makes everything bigger, but this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction really impacted people with strong Jupiterian energy in their charts. So, people with Jupiter conjunct personal planets or angles Sagittarius suns, Sagittarius risings. Joe Biden is a Sagittarius rising. The United States is a Sagittarius rising. The and you can think about Iran is a Sagittarius rising, and their leader died. Our leader, had to step down because of his illness, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, had to step down because of his inability, the concerns that he couldn't win the election. So you can think about that. Also, people with strong Uranian or Uranus energy or Aquarian energy also were impacted by this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. So you can think the United States is a moon in Aquarius. Our moon is at 27 degrees of Aquarius. So this Jupiter-Uranus, the Mars-Uranus conjunction and the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction squared our natal moon. So and Uranus moves very slowly. It's sitting at 26 degrees. It's going to be between like 25, 27 degrees for a long, long time. It changes degrees like every month or so. Like it's really, really, really slow. And at the election, it's going to be at, let's see, where's Uranus at the election? It is retrograde at 25 degrees of Taurus. So it's going to be where it is now. So we just have to be aware there's going to be lots of twists and turns and changes and this and that and the other thing. Yeah, it's no surprise Biden stepped down, and I bet today, Friday, he said he wasn't doing it. Now, my thought was they might have told him, you step down or we're 25th amendmenting you or something like that. Or he saw the polls and he was like, I have to. But I think it's more, his natal promise, he has his Sun and Venus in a tight conjunction in Scorpio. You can think about betrayal in the 12th house. You can think about self-undoing. It's a fixed sign. His stubbornness. He should have never run for the second term. He should have been a transitional president. But he's got his Sun trine Jupiter exalted in the sign of Cancer. And so, he feels like he needs to caretake the United States. He feels like the other people. This is like a Shakespearean story of, he's fought so hard his whole life. He had a stutter. Let's just honor the fact that this man who came from a working class background, and has suffered so much in terms of losing his wife and child, losing his son, and just this scrapper who had a stutter. He had a stutter. And he fought, he had the grit. This is that Scorpio stellium, the grit, the determination to reinvigorate himself, to recover, to people with strong 8th house and 12th house energy. And he's got 8th planets in the 8th and the 12th. I don't have his chart right in front of me, but he has a stellium in the 12th house and all that Scorpio energy. He is a phoenix who's risen from the ashes multiple times, lost a couple of presidential elections, and then he got to the top. And even though, his health was failing, he could not, step down from that powerful perch. And yeah, this is all very Shakespearean. His Saturn is on Aldebaran. So there's that fixed star, one of the royal fixed stars. Anyway, I'm getting all the way off track. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. I thought Kamala was going to be president. I predicted that Kamala was going to be president. I thought it was going to happen last year, but anyway. Yeah, we'll see. She can win. So rather than just freaking out, if you support her, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go to the polls? Are you gonna canvass? Are you gonna there's so many things people can do rather than just freaking out. You can write postcards. You can do all sorts of things. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, every Libra you know has got job promotions. That's so interesting because the South Node is in Libra. I haven't noticed that so much. I'll have to think about that. But yeah, I can see that. Okay. Yeah, Neptune's at the last degree of the at the last degree, 29. Yeah, 29. So this is the song. I can see clearly now the rain has gone. So we had the Jupiter Uranus conjunction that was opposite Brighton's sun, his vitality, and it also trined his progressed Mercury, and he's a Virgo midheaven, so that's his midheaven chart ruler. And Uranus cuts things abruptly. Yeah, and it's a trine. So he said, I stepped down. Yeah, so you can see that in the astrology, as well as, what else did I want to say about that? But I wanted to talk about Kamala. He stepped down. That's that, you know. Thank him for his service to the country. Now he's had some bad things that people we didn't like or whatever, but he's 50 years in public service, you know, dealing with the public. I don't know how these people do it. Anyway, so let's look at Kamala. So she's a sun in Libra and moon in Aries, and her sun's at 27 Libra, her moon's at 27 Aries. And so she's born at a full moon. And so many presidents are born at lunar eclipses. She's not one of those, but she has her north node on her ascendant, amplifying her energy into the public. So she's airy and fiery. Yeah. So sun in Libra, moon in Aries, and a Gemini rising. And Jupiter, her Jupiter is at 24 Taurus. So this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction was right near her Jupiter. So she had a Jupiter return around that time. Mars and Uranus excited her Jupiter. She's a Pisces midheaven, so Jupiter rules her midheaven, her career. And now with Mercury squaring Uranus right near her midheaven, not right near her midheaven ruler, it's been announced that President Biden's endorsing her. And Uranus-Jupiter can be really, really lucky. And Uranus is going to be on her Jupiter on election day, as well as, now Donald Trump has Jupiter-Uranus natally. So there's something like the two candidates are one by transit, one natally, are both Jupiter-Uranus candidates, potentially, unless the Democrats act like fools and try to knock her out. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. We'll see. The Democrats could, we shall see what happens, because what's happening now, Mars has entered the sign of Gemini. And she's a Gemini rising. So it's at 0 degrees today, trine Pluto. And so a powerful person, Joe Biden, says, go, she's got the green light to go. Mars and Gemini, foot to the pedal, let's go. And mid August, Mars and Gemini are meeting around August 14th. Mars conjunct Jupiter and Gemini are meeting around August 14th or so. And that's like success energy. It's fast forward motion. But Mercury goes retrograde August 4th through August 28th. So be prepared for retrogrades are an affliction, and Mercury rules communication, thought processes, speech, decisions. So really pay attention, and it's going retrograde from Virgo back into Leo. Looking at her chart, Mercury retrograde will square her midheaven. So we will see what happens with the Democratic Party, with the donor class, with the other people who want the power. Are they going to try to challenge her? It's going to be, yeah, prepare for a lot of upheaval and twists and turns and everything. But she has Biden's war chest, is my understanding, because of she's on the ticket. It's so much easier to keep her on the ticket. But who is she going to pick as a running mate? It's like, it cannot be Gavin Newsom because you cannot have two people from the same state. Could it be, I like the idea of the astronaut, Mark Kelly. He could be someone who could really marshal people from, or someone in one of the Rust Belt states or something. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah. But when Mercury goes retrograde planets bring disagreements, conflicts, reversals, the collapse of anything contemplated. So we will really see what's going on around that time related. And the Democratic Convention is going to happen. It starts on the day that Jupiter in Gemini squares Saturn in Pisces. Jupiter, like Mars, Jupiter, you are going full forward, all bore. This is for Kamala, this is for Trump. But then, boom, Saturn. There's some kind of restriction. There's some kind of clarity. There's some kind of there's something that's slowing you down that's coming up right in your face. And let me look at her chart. Does she have anything and this is happening at 17. Jupiter will be at 17 Gemini, Saturn at 17 Pisces. Look at your chart and see if you have anything at 17. Kamala has her Venus. Okay, so she has her Uranus, Pluto, Venus conjunction in Virgo. So Saturn is opposite her that and Jupiter is squaring that, and her Venus is exactly at 17. And her Venus rules her 12th house of hidden enemies, self-undoing, and her 5th house of self-expression. Venus in her 4th house of career her 4th house of home, family, and foundations will be opposite Saturn and Pisces. Venus and Virgo opposite Saturn and Pisces, and both of them squaring Jupiter. I can see her just, I can see her totally winning I can see her totally winning. I can also see somebody trying to challenge her, or maybe it's just all the people fighting all the people fighting behind the scenes. Maybe Mercury retrograde is symbolic of everything going on behind the scenes. Who's going to be our vice president? Oh, I want to be in the cabinet. I want to be on the transition team. I want to do this, and this, and this. So we'll see, really pay attention to this astrology, because on August, it's either August 17th or 19th, the day of that full moon, where Jupiter and Saturn are in square on that exact day, we're having a full moon. So this next full moon is in Aquarius. So the sun will be at 27 Leo, the moon at 27 Aquarius. So we know Leo, it's going to be very dramatic. The USA has our natal moon at 27 degrees of, 27, I just thought of something, 27 degrees of Aquarius. So, all eyes are going to be interested in what is going on. That next full moon is really big for the United States. Yeah. And thinking about the US had a new moon on the day of the lunar eclipse at 5 degrees of Libra on March 25th of this year. The United States had a progressed new moon in Pisces. Pisces rules slaves and descendants of slaves. And she's calling me about this. There's a lunar eclipse that's impacting on September 17th and lighting this up. I can totally see her being president. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Trump's a Gemini with the Leo rising. Mercury is in the shadow of the retrograde. Yes, Anna. So things decided can be reversed. So I think it's so important to calm down. There's going to be a lot of things going on. Like you can flip out at every little thing somebody says, but like just like I just feel like I'm just having the faith that it's going to be okay. We're not going to the Handmaid's Tale. We could, like people can sit home on their couches. People can, do whatever they want to do. People can be mad about this, that, or the other thing, or maybe people want the Handmaid's Tale, and so that's how they're going to vote. But for the people who don't want the Handmaid's Tale, like, take a deep breath. Yeah. Yeah, the DNC starts on the date of the full moon in Aquarius, on the date of the Jupiter-Saturn square. Yeah. Okay, you want Buttigieg. I love Pete Buttigieg. Yeah, he is great. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, he could be. He's from. Yeah, I'll have to look at his chart. I'm not familiar with his chart. I love Hakeem Jeffries. Oh my God, I love him so much. What state is he from? But he's from New York. I don't think we can do California and New York. That's not going to work. No, that's not going to work. Okay. A military experience. Yes, someone with military experience. I think, yeah. Yeah, yeah, let's be real. This is America, a black man, a woman, and a gay man. I just don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it either. I don't see it either, Shindicole. Yeah. Okay, Dina, your Mercury's at 17 degrees of Gemini. So Jupiter's going to be on your Mercury squaring Saturn. So this, something you're working on could have a lot of success. But you want to make sure you don't let that chaotic Gemini energy, like with Mars and Gemini, people can just let their Mars and Gemini going to meet Jupiter. People can let their mental faculties, their mental anxiety just spin out of control. So it's really important to use your breath to calm yourself down in this time of all this Uranian uncertainty. Yes. Her natal Sedna is conjunct her moon. Strong. Ooh, I'll have to pull her Sedna. Yeah, I know my friend Erica's all about Sedna. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, we are in the Mercury shadow. Okay. DS Cap says, as long as she wears a tan suit on election day, she's got her vote. Oh, okay. I love Rachel Legg. Did some great reels. Okay, yeah. August 19th is the date. Thank you. Yes, I did call this Hilda Puppies. Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah, Trump has a lot of, Trump's Saturn. Yeah, Trump has so people talk about, this is a good thing. Like some people think, okay, so Donald Trump has his ascendant at 29 degrees of Leo conjunct the fixed star Regulus. And Regulus is one of the royal fixed stars. And Regulus imparts like incredible success, and all of this, military success. It's like the king star. It's the star of royalty. But with the royal fixed stars, they all have a nemesis. And Regulus's nemesis is vengeance. And Donald Trump is a very vengeful person. And with the 4 royal fixed stars, the nemesis, like it's vengeance for Regulus. It's lacking integrity for Aldebaran, which Biden has his Saturn on Aldebaran. If you've been giving to those who so much has been given, if they do the nemesis, they can lose everything. So you can think about, it's just because he has his ascendant on Regulus doesn't mean he's automatically going to win. He has violated the the compact with being very vengeful. I will be your retribution, this, that, and the other thing. So, yeah, so, yeah, yes, yeah, yeah. So this is these moon cycles. This is why I talk so much about the moon. The moon cycles are so important. Things are seated at the new moon. At the fourth quarter moon, it's a time of action. At the full moon, all is revealed. At the last quarter moon, there's this crisis of consciousness, and it's all like what came before is assimilated, but it's also action taking. And the last quarter moon is happening at 5 degrees of Taurus. And I talk about these bigger moon cycles, these 27 months cycles. So that 5 Taurus relates back to the the lunar eclipse last October 28th. So there could be some things like something that happened around then that you get some kind of like something related to it happens a week or two before or after I think it's next Saturday where we have the last quarter moon. Yeah. And I'm teaching my moon mastery in October 16th through 21st in Park City, Utah for OPA. So the opaastrology.org. You can check it out and come. I still have some spaces. Okay, let's get back to Kamala. Yeah, and she has her moon in the 11th house. The North Node is in Leo. The North Node's in Aries. And she has, let me just see, how is that? Yeah. Oh, and she has her Mars in Leo at 21 degrees of Leo. So the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction was squaring her Mars. Mars energizes. Yes. I can totally see her winning. Someone from the South? Yes, Faye. There may need to be someone from the South. Yes. Yeah, I have Mars in Gemini too. So, yeah. Yes, martial arts. Like if you get all anxious and whatnot, go out, go for a walk, go exercise if you can. If you can't, just use your breath. Yeah. Oh, your son, yeah, drumming. That's a great way to use Mars in Gemini. Yes. Oh, good. Hi, strangers in the meow. I love that handle. Yes, Donald Trump is vengeance personified, and that's the nemesis of Regulus. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, especially since Donald Trump picked J.D. Vance. He's scarier than Trump because he is very strategic, very smart, like someone who can execute a plan. Yeah. Is her Eris intimidating? It's so funny you mentioned Eris. I think Eris is stationing today to go retrograde. And this is Eris rolled the apple into the party, and then everyone started fighting over it. Aphrodite and Athena and Hera. So Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty, Athena, the goddess of wisdom, and Hera, Zeus's wife, all started fighting over the apple for who is the fairest of them all. Now, Aphrodite won, but then that led to the Trojan War. So think about that imagery of all these people. And Pluto is 3. Like Pluto is triangulation. It's a power struggle between either 2 or like 3 people or 2 or more people. But there's also, or it could be 2 people over something. Like we're fighting over who's going to do the dishes, or we're struggling over who is going to do whatever. Yeah. Yeah. So I think Kamala could very well win the election. It's not guaranteed. I can see Trump winning. They both have some really positive transits that are going on around election day. I want to study more. I want to find out who Kamala picks as a vice president. And yeah, but I got to figure out what perfection year she's in too. Yeah, so I have to do some studying of her chart. But yeah, she's a Libra sun, but she's a Scorpio Mercury. So she can think incredibly strategically. She is Lilith. So the Mars Uranus conjunct Algol, one of the representations of Algol is Lilith, a woman who will not be subservient, a woman who men are afraid of because of her sexuality. They're going to come after her because of her sex life. Watch. I mean, it's going to be a really nasty, really anti-woman. It's going to get really misogynistic really fast with the advertisements against her. Yeah, that Mars, Uranus, and Uranus conjunct Lilith, Uranus conjunct Algol. And election, Uranus. Uranus rules elections, it rules abortion, it rules a lot of things, but those are two things that you can think about with this. And she is Algol. She is the Lilith archetype, the Eris archetype of, of someone. And she's got Venus, I think she's got Venus and Pluto talking. Yeah, she's got a Venus-Pluto conjunction. So that is Pluto, like she either draws people in or they can be really repelled by her. But she's got this powerful sexual energy with Venus Pluto that is very intimidating to many men, and that they're going to use advertisements against her to really and she doesn't have children of her own, and that's one of the things J.D. Vance talked about, like people who don't have children shouldn't be elected to positions of power because whatever but she has stepchildren but not children of her own, so they're going to attack her about that. Yeah, they're going to go after her every which way but loose. Oh, Oxford Astrologer did a post on Lilith. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, Lilith was Adam's first wife who would not be subservient and lay under him in the missionary position. And she was either kicked out or left the Garden of Eden. And has been demonized. Yeah, she's not afraid of a fight. She was a prosecutor. Yeah. That's a good question, Anna. Yeah, like you can't be concerned and involved just because you don't, these people, whatever. Whatever. Is there anything else I wanted to say? I think I said enough about this. I want to pull some cards to help us, like, what can we think about in this time where we're having all of this upheaval? Yeah, I'm going to pull from the Shaman's Dream deck. This is Colette Baron-Reed and Alberto Valondo. Some things to think about to help us navigate these intense energies of a lot of upheaval. Mars in Gemini coming to Jupiter, this amplification. And Jupiter does not like being in Gemini, so it can get really, really scattered. And it's air. So, I mean, the news is going to be bonkers. I watch it so you don't have to. Oh, my God. But keep the faith. Try not to spiral out. But there's a lot of surprises coming. I'm just telling you. I mean, you can go on YouTube and search for my Kepler talk that I did for Kepler College. And if you watch it, it's about the Aries ingress. So you can just do Aries ingress, Kepler, and Celeste. And I talked about, why is the sun exalted in the Aries ingress? And that's a chart at the beginning when the sun enters Aries, and the sun rules the leader. And because I'm getting too complicated, never mind. Anyway, never mind. Just forget all about that. But now I can see people who know what I'm talking about. Leo was at the midheaven, so the sun represented the leader, and it was in Aries. And I'm like, why is Joe Biden the sun in Aries in this chart? Because it's exalted, lifted up, and now we know that they were kind of like lifting him up, pretending everything was okay. But anyway, never mind. I shouldn't even brought that up. But it was sextile Pluto. Pluto ends things. So the leader who'd been lifted up, we exposed Pluto and then ended his campaign. Okay, so it's all in the Aries ingress. Let me pull 3 cards. Okay. Again, this is the shaman's dream. Ah. Oh, wow. So the first card I pulled is the horned cactus. Yeah, the horned cactus, resourcefulness. So can you think about, what I'm getting with this is like protecting your own energy from all of the frenetic energy of what's going on in the collective, because it's intense. People are going to be just like buzzing. So can you do what you need to do, especially if you have a lot of water energy in your chart, where you just can absorb other people's energy, like in your own home, your family may be freaking out, your neighbors, just out in your community. Can you think about like a protective bubble around yourself to help you, and like shower or whatever you need to do to wash all of this dust off your aura? Yeah. And can you think about, protecting yourself and your resources when you start to get like upset, and thinking, what could happen in the future? Like, the Handmaid's Tale coming. Like, use your breath, ground, rub your feet in the grass. It's going to be a very intense next couple of months. So, but I just feel like, whatever happens, life goes on. But yeah, be resourceful. Let me see if there's anything else I want to say about this card. And look at this card. It's number 29. Yeah, I see the blooming through resilience, resourcefulness, discovery. Yeah. The horned cactus thrives in the barren desert scape, offering you the gift of water when all appears dry. If you look at its body, you see the natural thorns that protect it from predators and the elements. What you don't see are the deep roots that extend far into the earth, filling it with a continuous flow of water. This succulent is a symbol of resilience, of resourcefulness, of your needs being met in spite of appearances to the contrary. It is a reminder that the courage and inherent wisdom needed to dig deep below the less friendly surface that hides a rich underground world. Can you connect to this magical truth and trust? So I think that's great advice. The next card is obstacles, the wall. Well, we know it's going to be all about immigration is going to be like a huge topic of and maybe decision making. Some people choose for the election. Some people hate Trump, but they're very concerned about immigration or whatever, and they'll vote for him anyway. But anyway, the wall. So this to me is, there are going to be walls coming up. Like I said, there are going to be twists and turns. Maybe people challenge her, like all kinds of things. Maybe it's all behind the scenes, but there are going to be obstacles along the way. We had a Capricorn full moon. And the thing about Capricorns, what they do, one of the things that makes them so special is that when they come up against an obstacle, they can have the grit to like not just give up and be like, oh well, there's an obstacle. They can figure out how to go over it. The sea goat, how to go over it, climb that craggly mountain, around it, under it, through it. Like, obstacles aren't the end. And with that Mars, Jupiter squaring Saturn, obstacles are going to be coming. But being strategic can help you get past them. Let me see if I want to say anything else about this. Okay. It could be detours. Yeah, detours. Yeah. And anyway, the last card is the benefactor card, grace and generosity. I think we have to remember that, and when you're engaging with others and they have their own opinion about this, I mean, people are going to be so intensely in their own, like what they're thinking. Can you have some grace and generosity with other people as they move through this time? It's very stressful, and have grace and generosity towards yourself and others. Yes, yes. And this is a Jupiter card, grace and generosity. And look at this kitty cat with the crown on. Oh my God. Yeah. Benefactor. Yeah. Let me see if there's anything else I want to say. Support. Yeah, support. Like, what do you need to support yourself? When the benefactor weaves her energy into your life, you're put on notice that all manner of positive reinforcement is coming your way. The universe wants to let you know that just as you have been generous with others, you will be rewarded in different ways. Yeah, so keep that in mind. Keep that Jupiterian benefactor, aiding to life, helping others, helping yourself energy. And what's on the bottom? So I like to look at the bottom of the deck, like, what aren't we seeing that we don't know? And it's the drifter, experiencing life as it comes. So as much as you can, stay in the present. Stay in the present. Stay in the present. What can you do to make things better? Okay, let's see. Oh, good. Okay. I've got Jimmy's Jom says that Kamala's solar return, her sun is in Libra in the 11th house, of good fortune, the 11th house of hopes and dreams, conjunct Juno. Juno, the asteroid of partnership. Okay, let me see if there are any other comments before I go. That's good. I have to look at her solar return. I have to look at a lot of things now. I've been so busy. Okay. Yes. Yeah, Carnival said watching the debate was like watching a South Park. When they started arguing about golf and who, only if you carry your bag, I mean, I was like, oh my God. Yeah. Someone said at least South Park is funny. Oh God. It was wild. Could the drifter be a surprise entry candidate? Expect the unexpected. Uranus is active and is squaring the moon of the United States. You can go look up the Sibley chart. It's July 4th, 1776 at 5:11 p.m. in Philadelphia. It's 27 Aquarius is the moon. Yeah. And the moon rules the people. Yes. Okay. So we are in for a lot of twists and turns. So just let you know that. Okay. Let's see if there's anything I missed. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay, you're welcome, Routine the Day, for watching the news for you. Yeah, Pluto is at 0 Aquarius right now. And today, Mars is trine Pluto. Yeah, and the sun trine Neptune, the sun, the leader, Neptune dissolves. I'm stepping down. It's all there in the full moon. The full moon was conjunct the great, oh, thank you, growing. Yeah, I'll have to look at that. Yeah, this is astrology in action. Yeah. Okay, I think I've got all the comments. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And, oh, wait, there are comments here. What does this say? Oh, Sammy J. Fern. I do that on Wednesdays when I do the sun, moon, and rising. Okay, everyone, take good care. Take care of yourselves. Use all your tools to calm yourself down. It's going to be okay. We got a long way to go till November. And yeah, I'll be here to do my best to try to show you the astrology as I see it. And my goal is to keep you informed and help you understand, as above, so below, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, take good care.